Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday the 24th, and I am just kind of putting out a video of today's progress. Still battling headaches. I had one all damn day. It was awful, but the withdrawal wasn't as bad today, which is good. Um, just some tremors, which I have tremors, but I shouldn't be having tremors right now. So it's definitely from the withdrawal, as well as a little bit of nausea and some stomach issues. So that's a little bit of a pickle, but it's going to be out of my system sooner than later. I feel pretty good actually right now, which is great. Um, we did our clinical critique, which is every Wednesday, where the head of the department, who's an MD, as well as the physical therapist, the occupational therapist, the psychologists, the group psychologists, all critique how your performance is. Are you participating enough? Are you giving it your all? What things you need to improve on? What things you need to focus on? And mine was good. I mean, individual therapy, I am going through a lot of stuff that deals with my childhood and shaping who I am today. So I do really, really well in there. And then group therapy, there's several different kinds of sessions. There's stuff about grief, there's stuff about chronic pain. There's just, it's called psychodynamics, and it's a little bit of everything. Like you're in a special group with like 6 people that you're with for all the other group sessions, and you just talk about whatever's on your mind. So it's just more of a group therapy setting. I tend to, though, and this is the constructive guidance that I received today, isolate or shut down during a tense situation, or when a conversation's getting like heated or elevated. And I can completely agree with that. I don't like confrontation. I'll say that right now. And I, there was a lot of tension growing up, and so I don't do well when things become heated because I just want to please somebody. I don't want them to be mad. Like I don't want them to be mad at me, but I don't want them to be mad, period. So I have a tendency to be very empathetic to people as well. So I I feel everybody's anger or sadness or happy, whatever the room is, whatever the feeling, the census of the feeling is in the room. Each person, I have this empathy that I can sense it, and then it builds inside of me and I forget how I feel. So that's something I've done for a long time and never recognized how severe it is that I need to focus more on my feelings than others. So I then shut down because I can't handle all those feelings. So it's a little intense at times, and I'm working on that though. I want to get better. I want to be more confident about being more assertive on my feelings instead of worrying about everybody else's feelings. So, that was a critique from some of my peers as well as some of the psychologists, and I can appreciate that critique because it is something I do. I recognize that I do it. I don't think I've done it my whole life, but I definitely have done it in the last like 6 years. So, recognizing it is the first step, and then how do I improve myself to be more assertive and not worry about other people's feelings as far as, oh, am I going to hurt their feeling, are they going to be mad at me? Well, you know what, if I feel strongly about something, I need to stand by it and be confident about it. So there's a lot of stuff soul searching I'm doing right now, and that's okay. I'm good with that. It's just a interesting avenue to have to go down, and recognize. And a lot of stuff does stem from your childhood and how you were raised, and the home you grew up in and the friends you had in your first relationship. And I mean, we're talking, it gets deep. So, and all that stuff then relates to how you handle stress. Then stress relates to how depressions cause anxiety and so on and so forth, which then relates to chronic pain. So it's so crazy how it's like a domino effect of from childhood up, how things could affect you in your life at the present day. So, other than that, really, the doctor, who's the department head, I mean, I got good scores and stuff. That was just the only critique, and that's something big that I recognize, and I don't want to be that way. So I'm working on like the isolation and shutting down in a situation I can't handle. But other than that, we talked about I have some serious perfectionism tendencies that it's like all or nothing, or like a sense of procrastination at times, because I get anxiety. So he willingly admitted that he used to have some severe perfectionism tendencies as well. So he said to think about it as like perfectionism is the enemy of good. And it is, because when you're a perfectionist, you want everything to be perfect. You want everything to be good. You're doing things because of a good reason. It's never a bad reason. So he said, say that to yourself every day. And he's right. And, it was nice that that was his final critique towards me. It wasn't about, oh, you need to improve this, or yes, be more assertive, stop isolating. No, it wasn't anything like that, because he recognized that other people already gave those critiques to me. He just wrote that on the board. He said, perfectionism is the enemy of good. And that will stick with me. He goes, Katie, I say it to myself every day. And to hear that for somebody I think he might be in his 40s. He's very successful. He looks very young. I can't tell, but, to run a whole department of such a successful program that says a lot about a person. So it was nice that he was able to relate to me, and give me that guidance. And I will be keeping that in mind. So working on that perfectionism, that, it's okay to be average. It's okay to be, setting a bar at a normal level and not so high that it's not achievable. So again, learning a lot about myself. We not only do you get the critiques from the specialists, but you get them from your peers. And that was the biggest thing my peers said, though, is like, you're so vocal sometimes, and then all of a sudden in other groups you just shut down. And I'm like, and a lot of times it's because of whatever's going on. Whether it's so tense, I just don't feel I can handle it. So it's interesting to hear that, because it's something that I recognized. I just don't know how to correct. So right now, then, I'm working with my independent therapist at the clinic to help correct that, because it's something that's not going to happen overnight, but it's a mindset thing. It's being more assertive. So I have a long journey, but again, I posted on Facebook tonight as well that for people to follow me if they like. And again, it's all about, living in the present, being mindful, being assertive, not passive aggressive or passive, because I've done it all. And being kind when you're assertive, but saying what you mean and mean what you say. So I've kept it real with everybody, and I'm going to get off here. I just wanted to shoot a quick video and tell you about my day. It went pretty well. Oh, I forgot. I did aerobics today, and today, for the first time in months, I got on the elliptical and did 24 minutes, which is a huge success for me. We do PT every day of some sort, whether it's aquatics or independent aerobics, or there's just a variety of things we do. But today was aerobics, and I got on the elliptical, and I was just like, I set my goal, and I was like, I'm going to meet it, and I did, and that felt really good. And that actually helped my headache too, which was great. So today was a good day. It was, I got that constructive guidance. I'm going to be working on being more assertive and not shutting down or being isolated when a situation gets too tense, and worrying more about myself than others as far as feelings, because I worry way too much about what people think about me. So that's my message from today, and I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great night. Bye.